6:30 p.m. and somewhere between my ribs, a notification just went off. No screen, no sound, just a feeling that the kitchen is calling, and I have no plan. It started as a whisper around 6:15. By 6:20 it was a suggestion. By 6:25 it was a demand. And now 6:30, it's a press conference, and my stomach is at the podium, and it has questions. The question isn't if I'm hungry, the hunger is confirmed, peer-reviewed, stomach approved. The question is, what do I want? And that question has no answer, only echoes. The hunger arrives like a notification I can't swipe away. Between my ribs, behind my sternum, something's ringing. The hunger arrives, and it doesn't come with a menu. It comes with a question, and the question is the start of the longest 30 minutes of my entire evening. The hunger arrives, and the only thing I know is that I don't know what I want, and not knowing at 6:30 p.m. is a crisis that nobody talks about, but everybody has. The fridge hums like it knows I'm coming, and also knows I'm gonna be disappointed. We have this relationship, me and the fridge, where I open it and it shows me the same four things, and I close it, and 10 minutes later I open it again, as if the contents might have changed. They haven't. The hunger arrives, and the evening just got complicated. Not what's for dinner, but what is dinner, and is dinner even real? And what if I just don't eat? I'm gonna eat, but what? What do I want? Let me think, let me scroll. What do I want? It never resolves. Hey! Pizza? No. Sushi? No. Thai? No. Chinese? Had it. Mexican? Maybe. No. Indian? Too much decision within the decision. Nah, no rice, that's a sub-question, and I can handle sub-questions when the main question is already breaking me. What sounds good? What sounds good? The word sounds implies that food has a frequency, and right now, no frequency is tuning in. What sounds good? Nothing. Nothing sounds good. Not because nothing is good, but because my brain broke the choosing mechanism, and every option is equally acceptable and equally unacceptable, and the equality is the problem. What sounds good? Pizza? No. Sushi? No. That place? No. What do I want? The question doesn't have an answer, just an echo, 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 echo. I'll narrow it down. Cuisine? Yes, all of them. No, none of them. Hot or cold? Hot, wait, cold, wait, hot. Delivery or pickup? See, that's the problem. I can't answer question 2 until I answer question 1, and question 1 is the one question I came here to avoid. What sounds good? I don't know. The menu of the world is open, and I'm staring at it like a tourist in a country where every restaurant speaks a language I understand, but none of them are saying what I need to hear, which is just eat this. Tell me what to eat, decide for me, because I have lost the ability to self-govern in the food department. What do I want? What do I want? What do I? What do I? What do I?
What do I?
Okay. Tonight is different. I can feel it. I'm gonna open this app, and I'm going to know immediately, instinctively, like a food psychic. The app loads, the little map appears, the dots, restaurants, dozens of them, each one a possibility. And tonight, I'm gonna grab one with the confidence of someone who eats with purpose. I've done this before, 400 times beat. 401 is the magic number. I can feel it, the decisiveness is rising, like bread in a proofing drawer.
Bread? Should I make bread? No. Focus.
App, decide. Tonight I'll be decisive. Tonight I open the app and just know tonight is different from last night and the 400 nights before that. Tonight my thumb will land on a restaurant and my brain will say yes, and my stomach will say yes, and the delivery person will bring yes to my door in 35 minutes or less. Tonight, I swear, tonight, the scroll ends early, the choice comes fast, the food arrives hot, and I eat it satisfied, knowing I chose correctly on the first try. The confidence is beautiful, rare, like a comet or a parking spot in December. I should enjoy it while it lasts, because history suggests this feeling has a half-life of approximately 4.7 scrolls. But right now, I'm a titan of dinner selection, a general of the delivery campaign, and the first restaurant I see is gonna be the one, not that one. Tonight I'll be, okay, maybe not the first one, but the second restaurant.
That's the one.
I'll know, I'll just, okay, maybe not know,
But feel.
I'll feel which one.
The gut will speak. The gut is hungry. The gut says everything sounds good and nothing sounds specific. And we're back to the problem.
Maybe the next one. Keep scrolling. Pizza, the first thing the app shows me, like it knows that pizza is the safety net, the emotional support dinner that I give up. Food disguised as a choice. Domino's swipe, Pizza Hut swipe, that place with the artisan crust and the prices that suggest the artisan is hand mining each grain of flour from a mountain in Italy. Swipe. Pizza is great. Pizza is always great, and that's the problem. Great isn't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for specific, and pizza is the opposite of specific. Pizza is general. Pizza is the democracy of food. Everyone agrees on pizza, and tonight I don't want agreement. I want revelation. Scrolling past pizza, too obvious. Had it Tuesday, or was it Monday? Either way, my tongue has a memory, and the memory says we've been here recently, very recently. The box is still in the recycling. Scrolling past pizza, not because it's bad, because it's too easy, and easy tonight feels like giving up before trying, and I haven't officially given up yet. There comes a track 18. My thumb moves past cheese. Swipe pepperoni, swipe margarita, swipe barbecue chicken. Barbecue chicken, no, that's just pizza, pretending to be something else, and I see through the disguise. Tonight I need something that doesn't come in a triangle. Scrolling past pizza, the app puts it first, because the app knows, the app has data on me. It knows pizza is my default, my white flag, my fine whatever. But tonight, I refuse to be predicted by an algorithm. for at least another 20 minutes. Then I'll probably order pizza. Not pizza, not tonight. Maybe tomorrow, but not tonight, night, 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 night. Sushi, oh sushi. My heart says yes, my wallet says let's discuss. 12 pieces, $32. That's $2.67 per bite. And I'm gonna need at least 20 bites to feel like I ate a meal and not a garnish. Sushi, $32 for 12 pieces. That's $2.67 per bite. And I'd need at least 20 bites. The math doesn't support the craving. The math never supports the craving. When the craving is raw fish arranged on rice by someone who trained for years to charge me that. Scrolling past sushi, not because I don't want it, because I want it too much for a Wednesday budget. Sushi is a weekend food and I'm a Wednesday person tonight. The salmon roll, $12, 8 pieces, that's $1.50 per piece. Plus miso soup, $4, plus edamame, $5, plus delivery fee, plus tip. We're at $47 for a meal that my grandmother would call snacks. Sushi, the dream I can't afford tonight. Nah, I can't afford like poverty, can't afford like responsibility. Like I have rent in 12 days, and 12 days doesn't justify a $47 dinner on a day that ends in Y. Scrolling past reluctantly, the hardest swipe of the evening. Maybe Saturday, sushi on Saturday, definitely, probably, maybe. Let me review the week. Monday, pasta, too recent. Pasta has a 72-hour cooldown. Tuesday, pizza. Wednesday, that thing I already forgot. If I forgot it, it wasn't good enough to repeat. Thursday, leftover Wednesday thing that I now remember was disappointing. That's 4 days, 4 meals, 4 graves in the restaurant cemetery, and every grave is too fresh to revisit. Scrolling past everything I had this week. My week is a restaurant graveyard, and every grave is too recent. Monday, pasta eliminated. Tuesday, pizza eliminated. Wednesday, mystery repressed. Thursday, leftovers traumatic. My food history is a crime scene, and every option is a witness I can't look at without remembering how underwhelmed I was 24 hours ago. Friday's supposed to be special. Friday dinner is the reward for 5 days of eating like a person who doesn't care about themselves. But tonight, Friday, the reward feels like a punishment because I've used up all the easy options during the week, and now the weekend has to be creative. And creative at 7 p.m. on an empty stomach is a challenge I wasn't trained for. Scrolling past everything, the app is a museum of meals I've already had and regretted or forgot. Or both, every thumbnail is a memory, and every memory says, pick something else. But something else is just everything I haven't had, which is also everything I haven't wanted, or I would have had it already. Running out of week, running out of ideas. Same thing, honestly. Maybe I should cook. Yes, cook like a person who owns a kitchen. For reasons beyond storage and guilt, I'll make something with ingredients and heat, and the kind of satisfaction that only comes from feeding yourself with your own hands. I have olive oil, that's a start. Olive oil is the foundation of every great meal, and I have plenty say,
I have only olive oil.
the olive oil is the beginning and the end. What else do I have? Let me check. Salt. That one spice from 2019. Rice. Wait, how old is this rice? Checks expired during the pandemic. Maybe I should cook. I have olive oil and optimism. Wait, no. I have olive oil and nothing else. The cooking fantasy lasted 4 seconds, and it was beautiful while it lasted. The stove looked at me, and I looked at the stove, and we both knew this wasn't happening. The stove is decorative, the oven is storage. There are shoes in the oven, I don't want to talk about it. Back to the app doesn't judge, the app doesn't ask, why don't you cook? The app just scrolls, and scrolling is the only skill I have in the kitchen. Back to the app, back to the scroll, back to the question. I opened the fridge, not because I forgot what was in it, but because hope is a recurring subscription I haven't canceled. The light comes on,
The fridge light, the only thing in there.
and there it is, the inventory ketchup, a lemon.
How old is this lemon?
It's got the texture of a baseball, something in tin foil.
I'm afraid to open it. What if it's alive? What if it's me from the future, trying to send a message?
The fridge is empty, and so is my imagination. Ketchup, a lemon, something in tin foil I'm afraid to open. The fridge has the same energy as my decision making, empty with a light on.
Nothing in here.
Is a meal unless you define meal as things you eat standing up in front of an open fridge, regretting your grocery habits. I checked the freezer for the frozen thing I bought for emergencies 6 months ago. It's still there, it's been there so long, it has a mortgage. The freezer burns, so guess it went through something traumatic, and I'm not qualified to reheat someone's PTSD. The fridge is empty, the freezer is haunted, the pantry has olive oil and expired rice, and I am standing here in the cold light of my own food infrastructure failure, empty with the light on.
That's my fridge. That's my brain. Same energy, same contents.
Same temperature. Empty, light off, back to scrolling. Yeah, 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 hey. I've done it, the thing you do when you've officially exhausted your own capacity for decisions. I texted 3 people, 3 trusted advisors, 3 members of my food cabinet with the same message: what should I eat tonight? And I waited like a king waiting for counsel, like a CEO waiting for a briefing, like a person lying on a couch, too hungry to cook, too indecisive to order, too proud to eat cereal. That comes later. The responses arrive. Person 1, whatever you want. Person 2, I didn't know. Person 3, 3 responses, 0 information. I have outsourced my hunger to people who are also hungry and all so useless. I asked 3 people what I should eat and got 3 different ways of saying nothing. Whatever you want. If I knew what I wanted, I wouldn't be asking. How do you know? You don't know. You eat every day. You've been eating your whole life. How do you not know? And the shrug emoji isn't an answer. It's a surrender dressed as a response. I tried follow-ups, but like specifically, maybe tie. Me? Maybe them or not tie. So not tie? I mean it could be tie. This is not helping. This is a conversation about nothing. We spend more words on the question than we will on the meal. I asked for help and help said I need no help. Said you decide. Help and a shrug, and now I'm exactly where I started. Except I'm 3 texts deeper into a conversation that has no conclusion. And 2 friends who now also can't decide what they want. I've spread the indecision like a virus, and now 3 people are standing in 3 kitchens, staring at 3 fridges, finding nothing. 3 people, 3 fridges, 0 answers. Welcome to dinner. Whatever you want. The 4 words that solve nothing and start everything. Whatever you want is not a suggestion, it's a redirect. It's saying I don't know with more syllables and less honesty. If I knew what I wanted, I wouldn't be asking. The asking is the not knowing. The question is the answer, and the answer is I don't know. Whatever you want is a door that opens to another door, that opens to another door. And behind the last door is nothing, except maybe another person saying whatever you want in a slightly different font. Whatever you want. The 4 words that solve nothing and start everything. If I knew what I wanted, I wouldn't be asking. Whatever you want is a door to another door, to another door of nothing. They meant well, they did. They said it with love, with a smile, with the genuine belief that I'm the person who texted them in desperation. I actually have a want hidden somewhere behind the indecision. The want doesn't exist. There's no hidden preference waiting to be unlocked. There's just hunger, and hunger without direction is just a stomach with the question mark. I tried rephrasing, what would you eat? They said I don't know either. I said, then why did you say whatever I want, like I have the answer that neither of us has? They said, chill, chill, I haven't eaten since noon, and chill is not a cuisine. Whatever you want is the thoughts and prayers of the dinner. It acknowledges the problem without solving it. It's a greeting card for a crisis that requires action, not sentiment. Whatever I want is for someone to tell me what I want. The loop is louder now. The question is louder now. I've reached the bottom of the app, the very bottom, where the restaurants get questionable and the delivery time say 90 minutes, which is a polite way of saying we might not come. And I found nothing at the bottom except a realization. The bottom looks exactly like the top. because the app is a circle and I just ran a LAP. Going back to the top, the exact same top that I started at 30 minutes ago. The pizza is still there, still first, still looking at me like an ex who never left the building. Going back to the top because the bottom had nothing, in the middle was a blur, and the only direction left is up, which is down, which is the same place. I'm in a loop and the exit is just pick something, but just pick something is the one thing I am constitutionally unable to do tonight. The app tracks my scrolling. It knows, it sees me going up and down like an elevator in a building made of indecision. And the app, if it could speak, would say, you've been here for 32 minutes. Your average scroll speed suggests you're not actually reading, you're avoiding. And the app would be right. The top again, hello again, we meet again. What if, hear me out, what if I ate breakfast at 8 p.m.? Eggs and toast, the meal of certainty, the meal that doesn't ask what you want. Because breakfast has 3 options, and 3 is a number I can handle. Scrambled, fried, or poached, see, decided. In under a second, breakfast doesn't have minutes. Breakfast has traditions, and traditions don't require scrolling. Breakfast for dinner isn't surrender, it's innovation, it's genre-bending cuisine. It's a person who looked at the rules and said the rules are based on time, and time is a construct, and I'm deconstructing it with eggs. Breakfast for dinner, the freedom of someone who has given up on dinner and started over from the beginning of the day. At the end of the day, a reboot of the entire food operating system. Eggs cook in 3 minutes, 3 minutes, that's faster than delivery, faster than deciding, faster than the time I've spent thinking about dinner, which is now 41 minutes and counting. Eggs don't judge, eggs don't have reviews, eggs don't charge delivery fees. Eggs are in the fridge. I think they're in the fridge. Let me check. They're in the fridge! They're in the fridge. 2 days. Are eggs still good 2 days after? I'm not Googling that tonight. Back to the app. Breakfast for dinner was a beautiful dream that died at the expiration date of 2 eggs and a loaf of bread that could be used as a weapon. Back to the app. The eggs betrayed me. Back to scrolling. Pad Thai, add to cart. Wait, do I want Pad Thai? Or do I want the idea of Pad Thai? Because the idea of Pad Thai is better than any actual Pad Thai I've ever received at 9 p.m. on a weeknight. Remove burger, add to cart. Classic, reliable, American. Wait, which burger place? There are 7 burger places, and comparing 7 burgers is a sub-quest I don't have the HP for. Remove, add to cart. No, remove, add different thing. No, remove. My cart is a revolving door, and nothing stays long enough to become dinner. Add, remove, add, remove. The cart is empty, the stomach is full of opinions it won't voice, and cravings it won't commit to. Commitment issues, but make them food. I can commit to a meal. How am I supposed to commit to anything bigger when pad thai breaks me? Okay, chicken tikka masala, add to cart, plus naan, plus rice. Because I can't decide between naan and rice, and getting both is the only decision I've made tonight. Plus samosa, total $38 for one person. Remove, all of it gone. Add a cart, the bravest thing I've done all night. Remove from cart, the most honest thing. The ad says, I want this. The remove says, do I though? And do I though? Wins every time. Because certainty requires courage, and courage requires protein, and protein requires ordering, and ordering requires deciding, and deciding is the one thing I came here to avoid.
Empty cart, empty stomach, full of doubt.
Empty cart,
Empty stomach, full of doubt.
4.3 stars out of 5. That's good, right? That's objectively good. But the most recent review says portion was small, and the one before says delivery was cold, and the one before that says food was amazing, but driver ate one of my spring rolls. I have questions about that review. Reading reviews for 15 minutes. I'm not researching dinner, I'm avoiding dinner and calling it due diligence. 4.3 stars. But wait, someone said too salty, and someone else said not salty enough. And now I need a third opinion on the salt situation before I can commit to a Tuesday night meal from a restaurant that 200 people have collectively sort of recommended. I'm now reading reviews for a restaurant I know I won't order from. This isn't research, this is entertainment, this is procrastination in a food costume. The ambiance was nice, it's delivery. There is no ambiance. The ambiance is my couch, and my couch is 5 stars and 0 salt issues. Reading reviews, page 2. Now nobody goes to page 2 of anything except people who are avoiding a decision with such dedication that they've turned avoidance into a research project with footnotes. I spent more time reading about this restaurant than I would spend eating at it. The review reading is now longer than the meal would be, and that is when you know you've crossed the line. Page 3. I've gone to page 3. This is rock bottom for deciding. There it is, between the burger place I rejected and the tire place I can't afford. There it is, the place, the one I order from every time I can't decide which is, let's be honest, every time. The thumbnail is familiar, the menu is memorized. I don't even need to open it, I know what I'd get. I always know what I'd get. General Tso's, medium spicy, white rice, extra sauce, and the fortune cookie that I read but don't believe, but also kinda believe. The place I always order from, it's not my favorite, it's my default, and defaults aren't chosen, they're surrendered to. The place I always order from. When the app has been open for 45 minutes and my thumb is tired and my brain is tired and my stomach has stopped making suggestions and started making threats. I could order right now. One tap, General Tso's done. The whole nightmare ends in 3 seconds. And 35 minutes later, a person on a bicycle brings me a bag that I know intimately, that I've held 100 times, that my doorman recognizes by shape. One tap is all it takes. My thumb hovers, the tap doesn't happen. Why doesn't it happen? Because what if there's something better? 5 more scrolls away and I missed it because I settled. The place I always order from is right there waiting for me, like it always waits. Patient, reliable, 17 times this month reliable. And part of me wants to tap, and part of me thinks 17 times is enough. And the parts of fighting in the fight is taking longer than just ordering. Almost decided, almost tapped. Almost. Yeah. No, not the place again, not again. I've had it 17 times this month, 17. That's every other day. That's not a restaurant choice, that's a subscription. My taste buds file for divorce and they're asking for variety. In the settlement, full custody of my palate and a restraining order against General Tso's. I'm tired of that place, 17 times this month. My doorman could order for me by now. He's seen the bag so many times, he probably thinks I own the restaurant. I'm tired of that place, not because it's bad, because it's too comfortable. And comfort at this volume becomes monotony, and monotony is just boredom with the delivery fee. I refuse tonight to be a person who eats the same thing for the 18th time in 30 days. Tonight I am an explorer, a pioneer of dinner, a Columbus of cuisine. Without the, everything else, I will find something new, something undiscovered, something that my tongue has never met. I'm tired of that place, but the app isn't tired of showing me that place. The algorithm knows, the algorithm sees my hesitation like a predator, and the prey is my willpower, and the kill is General Tso's again. No, not tonight. Tonight I scroll past, even in class leads to nothing. Nothing is better than 18 times. Not tonight. Even if I don't eat, not tonight. I'm going to eat. I've been standing here for 4 minutes in the kitchen under the light that I turned on for a reason I no longer remember. My hand is on the counter, my eyes are on nothing. Not the fridge, already checked. Not the pantry, olive oil. Not the phone, too far, I left it on the couch. When I came in here with purpose, that evaporated somewhere between the hallway and the stove. Standing in the kitchen, staring at nothing. The kitchen light is on, but nobody's cooking. The stove is decorative at this point. I'm a statue with the stomach, and the stomach is losing face. Standing in the kitchen, staring at the counter like the counter vibes have no opinion, the vibes have left. At what point does standing in a kitchen become a lifestyle? Because I've been here long enough to qualify for residency. The clock on the microwave says 8:47. The clock is judging me. The clock has seen people cook in this kitchen, and I am not one of those people. I am a person who stands in a kitchen and waits for a feeling that doesn't come. Standing in the kitchen, the last outpost before surrender. The kitchen is where decisions happen, but the decision hasn't arrived yet. And I am just a body in a room with appliances that believe in a version of me that doesn't exist tonight. Staring at nothing. The nothing stares back. Cereal at 9 p.m. is not, I repeat, not giving up. It's efficiency. It's choosing a meal that requires no decisions beyond which box. And even that decision is easy, because I only have one box. And it's the one I bought 6 weeks ago, when I had ambition about breakfast. Cereal is grain, healthy milk, calcium, sugar, joy, commitment, a spoon, technology. That's a complete meal if you believe hard enough. Cereal is a meal if you believe hard enough. It's protein adjacent, it's nutrition adjacent, it's cooking adjacent, without any of the cooking or the protein or the nutrition. But the age adjacency is there, and tonight adjacent is enough. Cereal at 9 p.m. isn't giving up. It's a bowl of decisions made, one brand, one milk, one spoon. The simplest, most honest meal of my entire week. No app, no scroll, no review, just pour and eat. And the pouring is the most decisive thing I've done since 6:30. I stand at the counter pouring cereal in the kitchen where 4 minutes ago I was a statue. And now I'm a chef, a cereal chef. Michelin 0 stars, but full stomach, and that's the only star that matters tonight. The milk goes in after the cereal. I'm not a monster. The spoon goes in. The first bite is not bad, not great, not memorable, not Instagrammable, but done and done is the most beautiful word in the dinner vocabulary. When it's 9 p.m. and you've been scrolling for 2.5 hours. Cereal is a meal, the simplest meal, the most honest meal. Nobody brags about cereal, nobody reviews cereal, nobody photographs cereal. Cereal is the meal that exists below the algorithm, below the app, below the reviews, below the decision paralysis. Cereal is the meal that says, enough thinking, just eat. And tonight, that's poetry. Just eat, just eat. Bowl empty, done. I pressed it, I actually pressed it. The orange button that says order in letters that feel taller than they are. After 2 hours and 37 minutes of scrolling, comparing, rejecting, adding, removing, asking, being told whatever you want. Standing in a kitchen eating cereal, and then despite the cereal, opening the app one more time, because cereal was dinner, but my heart wanted closure, and I pressed order. The app said estimated delivery 35 minutes, and those words are the most beautiful words in the English language. Not because the food is coming, but because the choosing is over. I pressed order, the button is pressed, the receipt is generated, the restaurant is notified, a person is making my food right now. A human being in a kitchen that is not mine is cooking for me, and I don't have to decide anything else tonight. The choosing is over, over. The 2-hour nightmare ended with one tap, one single tap that I could have done at 6:31, but didn't, because I'm a person who needs 2 hours to pick a restaurant. And that's, you know what, that's fine. I got there eventually, and eventually it's still arriving. The tracker says the driver is at the restaurant. The driver picked up the food. The driver is 4 minutes away. The driver is 3 minutes away. Every minute is a countdown to the end of the longest dinner decision in recorded history. 2 minutes, 1 minute, the driver is here. The knock, the door, the bag, the smell. Oh, that smell! That's not just food, that's resolution. In a paper bag with extra napkins, I pressed order, and it's here. The food is here, the decision is done, the question is answered.
I know, I scrolled past pad thai, and now it's in my hands. The irony is delicious,
and so is the pad thai.
Finally, the first bite worth the wait. Yes, no, it's fine, it's done.
The plate is empty. The decision is over. The app is closed. The phone is charging. The kitchen light is off. And I'm lying here, full, finally, full of pad thai. Full of the experience of choosing pad thai, after not choosing everything else, for 2 hours and 37 minutes. And it was fine. The food was fine. Not great, not terrible, just fine. And fine after all that drama is either disappointing or perfect, depending on how tired you are. And I am very tired. Tomorrow at 6:30, it starts again. The hunger, the app, the scroll. And I'll be right here, phone in hand, lying on this couch, in this kitchen-adjacent position, asking the same question that I asked today, and yesterday, and every day, since they invented delivery apps. What do I want? What do I want? Maybe tomorrow, I'll be decisive. Maybe tomorrow, my thumb will land on the first restaurant and stay and order in under a minute. No, I won't. I'll scroll and compare and reject and add to cart and remove from cart and ask someone, and they'll say whatever you want. And I'll stand in the kitchen and eat cereal and then order pad thai at 9 p.m. again. And that, honestly, that's not a problem. That's a routine, and routines are just decisions you made once and kept. Same question tomorrow, same scroll tomorrow, Same pad thai tomorrow, same everything. The three-note loop never resolved, because the question never ends. It just pauses overnight and comes back at 6:30 p.m. with a growl and a nap and an empty fridge, and the whole beautiful, terrible, delicious, indecisive cycle starts again. What do I want? 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 Pad thai. Probably.